Hey everybody, this is Rykard here again, and welcome to another Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl moveset guide. Today's video is going to be on the king of all hidden machines, Bibarel. So let's get started by taking a look at this Pokemon's typing, abilities, and stats. So to start things off, Bibarel is a uniquely typed normal water Pokemon with access to 3 abilities that all affect the way this Pokemon either interprets or acquires stat changes, with the first being Simple, that doubles any changes to the stats that Bibarel is acquiring or being the recipient of, and the second being Unaware, which is an ability that ignores any stat changes your opponent has acquired. Finally, its last ability, Moody, is actually a really unique one in that it will boost a random stat other than evasiveness and accuracy by 2 stages at the end of every turn, while also simultaneously lowering another one by 1 stage. And this ability is absolutely crazy, which is why it is actually banned in competitive play on the Smogon singles ladder. But as for its stats, defensively Bibarel isn't that great with only a base 79 HP, 60 defense, and 60 special defense, and offensively it isn't really that great either with a base 85 attack and 55 special attack, and its speed being only base 71 isn't particularly crazy slow but does leave a lot to be desired. But with all these stats being not that great in mind, you might be wondering how this Pokemon can even be that usable in competitive play, and the real reason for that is because of clever use around the simple ability and the multiple stat changing moves that Bibarel actually has access to. Now previously this Pokemon was placed in the NU tier during the original Gen 4 metagame in the original Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, but this Pokemon has actually acquired a few new tricks since then, making it a little bit better than it was, so it'll be interesting to see where it ends up now. But with that, let's take a look at the first moveset that I have for you in this video. So for this first moveset, we're going to be using Bibarel more as a supportive Pokemon because of the really great support attacks that it gets for helping out your team, as well as causing problems for your opponents. So we're going to start this one off by giving it either an Impish nature to boost your physical defense but lower your special attack, or a Bold nature to increase your physical defense but lower your physical attack, and going with the Unaware ability, which can be very crucial if you bring in Bibarel against a Pokemon that has boosted its stats. As for the EVs, we're going to max out our HP and our defense and put the remainder 4 into its special defense to make it as physically bulky as possible. However, you can also do this specially defensive as well if you would like, but I've just always found more success running this physically defensive when I've used this moveset in the past. But for the item on the set, we're going to be going with Leftovers because it will give Bibarel a really nice way of recovering some HP at the end of every turn, and it really has no other way outside of Rest of doing this, which is why this item is essential for keeping it alive. As for the moves though, the first one we're going to be going with is Stealth Rock, which is a great option that this Pokemon has access to that not a lot of people generally use on it, but it is very cool that it gets this. And alongside this, we're going to go ahead and run a Water Stab attack in the form of either Waterfall for a powerful physical move, Scald for a decently powerful special attack based off its much weaker special attack, but it can burn opponents, which is very, very good. Or we can also go with Aqua Jet here as a way of possibly giving it a powerful priority move to make use of as well, to just kind of revenge kill something. But alongside this, we're going to either run Super Fang as a way of just cutting your opponent's HP in half, or Quick Attack as another alternative priority option for this Pokemon to run, just to give it a little bit more utility. Finally, in the last move slot, we have a couple of really interesting options. Thunder Wave, Taunt, and Yawn are all on this Pokemon's move pool, which can be very, very good at possibly crippling an opponent and make it so that they either can't use non-attacking moves in the case of Taunt, or statusing them and forcing them to either switch out or become less effective at what they're trying to do through the use of Thunder Wave or Yawn. But either way, you can see that there is so much utility built into this moveset, and it's really, really cool that Bibarel is able to actually do so many of these things when you use it in a more supportive role like this. Moving on to the second moveset, this is probably Bibarel's most deadly sweeping set, which is that of a boosting sweeper making use of Swords Dance. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Jolly Nature to boost its speed but lower its special attack, and go with the Simple ability to double any stat boost we acquire. As for the EVs, we're going to maximize our physical attack and our speed with 252 EVs into both of those and put the remainder 4 into its defense. And really the crux of the whole set is within the first move that I have listed here, which is Swords Dance, which with the Simple ability will boost Bibarel's physical attack by 4 stages, which is absolutely insane. Alongside this though, we're going to run a priority move in the form of Aqua Jet for a water priority move, or Quick Attack for a normal priority move, or run Substitute or Endure to allow Bibarel a way of possibly getting it into a range where it could activate the Slack Berry, which is a unique item choice for this build, as it will allow this Pokemon to boost its speed by 2 stages thanks to the Simple ability. But if you don't go with that, Life Orb is definitely the better other option to go with, as it will increase the damage of all of your attacks, only at the cost of losing 10% of your health every time you damage an opponent. Alongside this though, we're going to be running Waterfall as our main water stab attack, and this also is great because it has a chance to flinch, which can very much so come in handy. And we can either run Double Edge for a very powerful normal type move, or Facade as a more of a niche normal type move to possibly use in case you get statused, which is a very interesting to try and use, especially if you get burned. But there are a couple other of interesting normal type attacks you can use. Rock Climb and Headbutt come to mind, but mainly this is all here because unfortunately we don't have access to Return or Frustration anymore. But whichever option you choose, Bibarel is definitely guaranteed to deal some massive physical damage with a +4 boosted attack stat. Moving on to a moveset for the other side of the attacking spectrum, we're going to start this one off by giving it a timid nature to boost its speed but lower its physical attack, and again go with the simple ability, but this time we're going to maximize our special attack and our speed to give it as much special attack and speed as possible and put the remainder 4 into its special defense. As for the items this time, Leftovers definitely comes to mind as a way of recovering some HP at the end of every turn while this Pokemon attempts to set up here, or again going with the Slackberry option alongside this simple ability, as it will allow you the option of boosting your speed by 2 stages once the berry activates. But for the moves on the set, the first one that we're going to go with is either going to be Substitute to shield this Pokemon from attacks and statuses while it attempts to set up, and also potentially get you into Slackberry range, or go with Endure to do the exact same thing. And then for your first attack on the set as your water stab, we're going to go with either Scald or Surf. Scald obviously being weaker but having the burn chance, whereas Surf is a stronger option. But the real reason why this set even works is due to the third move on the set, known as Charge Beam, which has a chance to boost your special attack by 1 stage when it hits your opponent. The cool thing about this is that Bibarel is a water type, meaning that a lot of ground types are not going to want to switch in, so you have a very good chance at getting a Charge Beam off and getting a special attack boost. But because of the simple ability, this is basically an attack that is also Nasty Plot at the same time, which is absolutely crazy. Now obviously Bibarel doesn't have that great of a special attack, but this is still a really cool way of possibly boosting it and turning it into a special sleeper, which we're going to use alongside with the last move on the set, Ice Beam, to round out your coverage. But this just goes to show how flexible this Pokemon can be in the way that you run it and the ways that you boost its stats, whether it be the physical stat like in the previous set or the special stat in this one. Finally, for the last moveset of this video, we're going to be using Bibarel's last great boosting move that it has access to here, which is that of Curse. So we're going to start this one off by giving it a Careful Nature to boost its special defense but lower its special attack, again going with the simple ability, and an EV spread of 252 HP, 4 attack, and 252 special defense EVs to maximize its special bulk. And for the item on the set, we're going to be going with a Chesto Berry. As for the moves, the boosting move of choice here is going to be Curse, which with the simple ability will boost your physical attack and your physical defense by 2 stages every time you go for it, while also dropping your speed by 2 stages as well, but that's a lot less of an issue. Alongside this, we're going to go ahead and run either Waterfall or Aqua Jet as your main stab normal attack, obviously Waterfall being more powerful, whereas Aqua Jet is a priority move. And then for your next attack, going either with Facade or Quick Attack for the same reasons, Facade being the stronger normal type move that you could opt to go for Rock Climb here as well if you would like to, and Quick Attack being the priority normal type move that you can go for. But all along with this, we're going to go ahead and make use of Rest as our last move to allow this Pokemon to recover all of its HP and immediately wake up thanks to the Chesto Berry item. This is also essential for allowing this Pokemon to survive, as it is going to be extremely slow after 1 curse because it's lowering its speed stat by so much. So this is the best way to ensure that this Pokemon gets kept alive. And with the special bulk that we're giving it, alongside the physical defense boost you're getting through using Curse, this Pokemon can be actually quite difficult to take down, which is why Rest is such a great move for it to run. But all in all, no matter which attacking option you go with, whether you go with a powerful water move and a priority quick attack, or a powerful normal move and a priority Aqua Jet, this Pokemon has a lot of ways in boosting its stats to make it, again, another very difficult Pokemon to deal with if your opponent isn't prepared for what it's about to do. But anyways, everybody, that is it for this video on Bibarel. This Pokemon is absolutely bonkers and all the funky things it can do, and it just having this goofy as heck design just makes it even more fun whenever you manage to pull off a sweep with it and, do so with such a strange looking and funny to use Pokemon. But as always, everybody, that is it. So take care, goodbye, and I will see you all next time.